Good morning, guys. Sarah Hollins, Wicked Maths. We are looking at all things sport at the moment in the background for you. At the moment, you're doing maths. You're working on all the things you need to do to be brilliant at GCSE for your exams. We are doing the exact opposite. We're focusing on all the stuff you're going to need, particularly from September for your sport and the way in which you're going to manage your sports requirements around your schoolwork, which is, it's not easy. Everyone who's, a sports person struggles at some point with balancing school with study. It's not an easy thing at all. It takes quite a lot of thought, and nobody really ever helps with it because teachers don't have the bandwidth, and it's frankly not their job to be micromanaging your timetable outside of school. Their job is to manage you inside school. Your sports coach can't really get too involved in the school and study side of things because there's obviously ethics involved there. We've got to, as sports coaches, we have to be really careful to make sure that you are getting the education you need, because let's face it, serious injuries are a thing. Some serious injuries, sadly, we never recover from, and that does prevent people from playing professional sports sometimes. So when that happens, it's obviously really good to have a strong education to fall back on. So unless your parents have the capacity and are super engaged with both school and with sport, which again is rare, that even they can't necessarily help you with timetabling and making sure that you're doing the right things when you should be. So in the background, we're making your videos and resources for you to help you put all of this together, to piece it all together. September's significant, of course, because you're likely to be going back to school at that time, and that's when you'll find out which nights are football practice or whatever you've got. You'll find out the extra things that are required of you in year 11. You might have to stay behind on certain nights for school reasons. Not good. We're trying to help you avoid that with maths. Obviously, we'd rather you had the time to spend on your sport rather than your study, which is why we're trying to get ahead with the maths now. So busy times. We're working very, very hard for you in the background, but all of that stuff is coming, and it will be available in the app where you're working now. It will pop up next to the maths, and there'll be the first few classes there for you to begin working on. We're not going to give it to you too soon, though, because we need you to focus on the study right now. The sports side of it will come, when the time comes. September, it's really important with the planning, organising your time, learning what to say no to. Things like social groups, social media, all kinds of things, the way in which you communicate with other people, be they coaches, teachers, physiotherapists, other people that are trying to help you. The way in which you speak to professionals has to be different to the way in which you speak to your mates, and the boundaries used to be crystal clear, and it's fuzzy these days because of things like instant chat, Instagram, direct messages. We need to make sure that you're still of the quality that you would have been 10 years ago without these social media platforms and sometimes slack methods of communication. So we're preparing all that for you. We're getting it done, and we'll get it out to you when we think the time is right. For now, keep working, get the maths done, do the hard stuff, do the hard yards now, because if you don't, you'll regret it later. Plan ahead, get ahead, stay ahead.